Hello, my name is Chris Boswell. I'm the mayor of the city of Harlingen, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about where we are with the COVID-19 response here in the city of Harlingen and throughout our state and our county. I appreciate you taking the time to visit with us today. So one of the things we've done here in Harlingen is we've asked everybody to wear a face covering. And that's something that Dr. Michael Mullen, our health authority, and I have asked everyone to do in a health directive. It's not an order, but it is something that the Centers for Disease Control have recommended that everybody do. We don't want you to go out and buy a surgical mask or a medical mask. Those need to be reserved for our healthcare providers, our doctors, and our nurses. But you can use something like this, which is a homemade sewn mask. It's really easy to put together with some cloth. How about a bandana? You can use a bandana or even a scalp neckerchief, which was my favorite to use on Saturday at the Walmart. So really, it just needs to be something that covers both your nose and your mouth, and it protects the people next to you. It's something that's considerate for you to do for others. It's really not going to protect you so much, but if you cough or sneeze and you have the virus, then you can prevent that from traveling over to the person that's next to you. It's a neighborly thing to do. It's a considerate thing to do. So please do it. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is a little bit about the numbers and where we are, both in the state of Texas and here in Cameron County and in Harlingen. In Texas, we have 9,353 positive cases out of 96,258 tested. There are 1,491 people hospitalized in Texas with COVID-19. So that's about 1 in 10 of the people who are tested test positive. And remember that you have to have symptoms before you're even tested. So that percentage is really pretty low. 90% of the people that are being tested are not COVID positive. Also, it's important to know that in Texas we have about 21,000 hospital beds available to us here for the virus, and also about 2,225 ICU beds and 7,700 ventilators. Governor Abbott said yesterday that he believed that that was enough hospital beds to get us through this healthcare emergency, that we would have adequate hospital beds and ICU beds in the state of Texas. In Cameron County, we have about 108 people who have tested positive and about 20 people who have already been cleared after having tested. Sadly, we've had 2 deaths related to a nursing home where both an employee and one of the residents have passed away because of a COVID-19 infection. So we reach out to those families, we send them our sympathies, and we are very, very sorry for their loss. In Cameron County, we have a total of about 14 COVID positive cases that are hospitalized, 3 in the ICUs, and while those numbers go up, we expect that we're going to have ample bed space and ICU space in Cameron County to get us through this healthcare emergency. Harlingen is working very actively and working with our state and our county partners to do everything that we can to keep our numbers down through the promotion of social distancing, keeping our non-essential businesses closed, monitoring closely our long-term health care facilities, and working with our hospital partners. One thing that we don't want to get lost in this pandemic and the crisis that we're going through is our census. The census is very important to all of us. It's going to be even more important in the next 10 years as we recover from this pandemic. And so Cameron County and Harlingen need to receive their fair share of funding. So you should have gotten a form like this in the mail that went to where you're living. And it's easy to fill out online. You can just use this number that's right below the barcode, enter that number. It takes less than 10 minutes to fill it out. And if you don't have your number or don't have this form, you can still go to 2020census.gov and they'll let you fill out the form online with just a little bit of information about where you live. There are no questions about residency or citizenship. but it's very, very easy. You can also call them. And so we need you to participate. Please, please respond to the census. And you can make a face covering out of one of these Harlingen 2020 Census t-shirts. We want to thank each and every one of you for doing your part by social distancing, staying apart from each other while in the grocery store and in the other stores. We want to thank you for washing your hands, and especially for staying at home as much as possible. We know it's hard. It's really hard and it's boring, but it's going to keep us a lot safer, and it's going to give us an opportunity to get back closer together and back to our normal activities if we can keep up this pace of staying apart, staying at home, washing our hands, and taking all the precautions, including wearing facial coverings, that will help us get back together again. And Anita and I want to wish each and every one of you a happy Easter. This is a time when we can look forward and we can be hopeful, and we can think about new beginnings, the kind of springtime and the kind of faith that springs out of the Easter celebration of our Lord Jesus Christ. And so think about that over the next few days. Think about that over this weekend. Thank you to each and every one of our first responders, especially our teachers and our students who are staying at home, and especially our healthcare workers. Thank you to all of you, and happy Easter, and God bless each and every one of you.